Hi, my name is Lars Phillips. I'm the lead advisor here at Avier Wealth Advisors located in Bellevue, Washington. And today I'm going to talk briefly about the mega backdoor Roth conversion allowed within the Microsoft 401k plan. Now, we want to talk about this because this is one of the most amazing benefits available within the Microsoft 401k plan, but we also find it to be one of the most underutilized benefits within the plan. The Microsoft backdoor Roth conversion is officially known as the 401k after-tax Roth conversion. Now, we found this benefit to be underused by Microsoft employees because one, it's a fairly new benefit, and then secondly, most people just don't know about it yet. In fact, it wasn't even until 2015 that companies could even offer this sort of a benefit within 401k plans. Luckily for you as a Microsoft employee, Microsoft was an early adopter, and so you can take advantage of this mega backdoor Roth conversion. In general, Microsoft has a really good benefit plan available to employees, but sometimes we find the sheer number of benefits can be pretty tough to navigate through. We've been working with Microsoft employees for over a decade, helping them leverage these sort of corporate benefits as they relate to insurance, stock grants, deferred compensation for those that are eligible, and if you're a Microsoft employee, that typically means level 67 or above. The 401k plan, specifically Brokerage Link, and we have another video that talks all about Brokerage Link. It's well worth your time to check that out. And then what we would consider to be the golden egg of them all, this 401k Roth conversion benefit, or the mega backdoor Roth conversion. Now, you probably already know that if you are under 50 years old, you can contribute $19,000 to your 401k, and that is $500 more than you could contribute in 2018. And if you're over 50, you can contribute an extra $6,000 or $25,000 total. Now, you also probably know as a Microsoft employee that Microsoft is going to match 50% of whatever you put into the 401k on that original $19,000. So Microsoft, if you max out your 401k, is going to put in $9,500. Now, what you might not know, though, is that the federal limit in 2019 for total dollars going into a 401k is $56,000 or $62,000 if you're over 50. Now, this means that there's a difference of $27,500 between what you and Microsoft originally put in and then what that federal limit is. Well, within the 401k, Microsoft allows you to take that $27,500 and make an after-tax contribution up to $27,500 per year. And then secondly, and this is the most important part of the whole thing, on a quarterly basis, you get to automatically convert these benefits, these dollars that you've put in, into Roth. So again, you're putting $27,500 in after tax, and then you're converting that to Roth automatically. So let's think about this. I, as a non-Microsoft employee, can only contribute $6,000 into a Roth each year, above and beyond a typical 401k contribution. As a Microsoft employee, regardless of how much money you're making, you can contribute almost 4.5 times as much as just the average layman can that doesn't have this benefit. So why is this important? Well, if you're saving money outside your 401k, it's probably going to be in a brokerage account. When we think of brokerage accounts, we think of an individual account, a joint account, a community property account, etc. Well, within these types of accounts, you're going to have interest income, you're going to have dividends, you're going to have capital gains, all of which kicks off some pretty substantial taxes on an annual basis. And especially if we look at this on a year in and year out basis, those taxes compounded on one another, you're losing quite a bit there. Whereas with a Roth, that same interest, those same dividends, those same capital gains, that's all tax-free. So if you do this every year, all of a sudden you've got a really nice nest egg built up of tax-free dollars in your portfolio, which then down the road just gives you a ton of flexibility to manage distributions in retirement. You don't necessarily have to take all your dollars out of IRAs where all of the income that's coming out is taxable, and you don't necessarily have to take all of your income out of brokerage accounts where there's hypothetically some pretty large underlying capital gains. And so if you plan this correctly, and this is something that we do with all of our clients, you can save even more from a tax standpoint in retirement. At Avier, we are all about education, particularly as it relates to Microsoft employees. You can find a lot more Microsoft-specific information at our Microsoft Benefits resource page, which is simply avioradvisors.com/Microsoft, and you can find that information right below me right now. Spend a few minutes, explore the site. I think that you're going to find that it's well worth your time. And if you want to learn even more about how to leverage this mega backdoor Roth conversion that's available to you, along with all of your other Microsoft benefits, feel free. Reach out, give us a call, shoot me an email. All of my contact information is, again, right below me right here. We would absolutely love to hear from you. We would love to know how we can help. Cheers.